fans, I've said goodbye to my King Ranch 6.7 truck I always wanted, but it's time to move on to bigger and better things. Now, if you haven't seen that video where I revealed what I traded for, make sure you go watch it, or else you're going to be all kinds of confused. And I know I personally don't like to start a movie in the middle, so go check that video out, get caught up before you have to ask me, how I ended up with this truck and it, doesn't make sense to you. So check that one out, come right back. All right, last chance. Go watch the video so you're not confused. I'm about to show you the truck. You're not gonna know how I got it. All right, here she is. This is my 2003 Cat Eye 1500 HD with the 6.0 4L80. So I mentioned in the first video that this thing is not perfect. Obviously it's 17 years old. It's a little beat up here and there, but I want to show you everything that it needs or that's wrong with it, or the little quirks, so that as I fix it up, y'all can follow along and know what improvements I'm making and what I'm messing up if I run into any issues. So let's get started with everything that's wrong with this old crew cab Cat Eye. We'll start with under the hood, and there's really not much to complain about under here. It's a 200,000 mile truck with the 6.0, nothing too crazy. He's got a few new parts here and there. It's got a new battery, new spark plugs, coil wires. Doesn't have new coils. I may end up doing that. He's got a new alternator put in here, new brake booster, and this AFE cold air intake looks really clean in here. Pretty happy with that. Pretty standard old Chevy. Now you can see cosmetically this heat shield here is all ratty, and it's really not necessary, so I'm going to end up taking that down. So that's one thing right off the bat I can pick out. This has got a little crack here. I'll probably find another one of these at the junkyard, but I'm not too worried about that. We'll see if I end up going through with replacing that or not. But little things here just so y'all know like what I've got and how nice or beat up it is, and I can kind of show you as I fix it up. This wind is going to drive me crazy. The grill's pretty clean on this. Looks like somebody blacked out the bow tie at some point. Some plastic dip, doesn't look too bad. Bumper's all right, but you'll see here it's got a little bit of a gap where it's kind of crooked. So I think the tires hit it, and it has been attacked by the SEMA beaver trying to make these 34.5s fit. So we're gonna have to clean that up a little bit, but I'm hoping to just bend the bumper back, adjust the brackets, get that clean. I'll show you the other side, show you what it's supposed to look like. Yeah, it looks a lot better on this side. I'm going to try to match them up some. It's still not perfect. And next to that, we've got these 20 by, I want to say 10-inch wide Jima or Hiroshima or whatever these wheels are called. Now you'll notice this thing's got 8 lug nuts too. It's a 1500 HD, so it's got an 8 by 6.5, I believe, lug pattern. Now it being a 1500 with 8 lug, a little strange. I mean, I like that it's, I guess, a little bit beefier and that it has the 6.0 with the 4L80 transmission. But I don't think these wheels are for me. So y'all help me decide on some wheels in the comments. And I think it needs some mud graps. I love my trail grapplers. I've had them on plenty of vehicles. But something like this is just asking for some mud graps. And when I show you how it sounds, I mean, I need a little bit more noise than just the exhaust, something to hear. It's got a decent sound system in it. We'll get to that as well. Moving along here, pretty clean. The paint's not perfect. It's got some scratches here and there. It's all dusty from this road I just drove down. But if you move here, we got some cracks in the paint a little bit here and there, and now I'm getting fingerprints all over the dust. But there's a crack in the paint on just the passenger side of the bed. These fender flares are super clean though. I'm pretty happy with how those look. Got a nice dent and scratch right here though. I'm gonna have to do something about that. Not loving how that looks. I don't like dents at all in my vehicles. I'm very particular about that. And it's cracked the paint some, so we're gonna have to get that knocked out and hopefully touched up. Taillights look good. Factory taillights. I love factory taillights. Could maybe black them out some, but I'm definitely not trying to go aftermarket. Y'all can try to persuade me. not gonna work. The tailgate is missing this little handle piece here, but it is in the truck. It just kind of came off, so I'm gonna try to reattach that. And you can see this tailgate's a little bit jiggly. It's missing the little rubber bumpers, at least on that side. And supposedly if I get 2 of those, it'll stop doing that. We'll see. And the bed's got some general scratches in it. See, we got some beach chairs in here for a trip to the beach, but not too bad there. This piece was really faded, but it cleaned up nice with some Zephyr Pro 39 everything shine, you know, tire shine stuff. It's got a little 3 1/4 inch drop hitch he left with a locking pin. I believe he even gave me the key. What a nice guy. So nothing too exciting back here. Some Rancho Shocks and the stock rear axle, everything, leaf springs, stock blocks. Looks like to me. Let me know if anything looks out of the ordinary here. Frame doesn't look too bad. It's not rusting anywhere. Paint's kind of chipping in the wheel wells, but really not bad. This side of the bed looks perfect. I love this stock fender flare look, but if anything, I could take them off, but I definitely don't like aftermarket fender flares on these. This door molding is kind of bubbling a little bit in places. May end up taking that off, but I'm a little bit worried about what I'm going to find underneath, so y'all let me know if y'all have taken that off before and had any trouble. We'll move to the interior. So good old cloth seats, captain chairs with armrests. This piece wasn't even on here when I got it, and the seat adjuster wasn't either, so there's just a big gaping hole. I've got that zip tied in there right now because all the screws are broken on it, but I'm planning on fixing that for a more permanent fix. It's got no floor mats, so you can see the faded and dirty old floor here. Dash has only got like 1 crack really, nothing too crazy. Headliner looks to be in pretty good shape, and overall the seats are in good condition, just a little bit, you know, squishy in some spots more than others. He's got a nice little collection of stickers started in here. Probably gonna have to get rid of those, even though I don't really mind what's up there. The head unit is pretty solid on this thing. Let me show you that. This head unit's got Apple CarPlay, so it mirrors what's on my phone when you have it plugged in. So when I've got music going or my maps, I can see everything there and like pick through songs and stuff that are on my phone. And you know, when I just clicked on that, it pulled it up on my phone too, so I can play a song and it'll play through here and show me what's going on. Pretty nice radio for such an old truck. And then there's my apps, the ones that are transferable from my phone to the head unit there, and it'll show me when I have a text message, anything like that. Pretty nice for an old truck, but pretty standard high school stuff. You can see here it's got 206 on the odometer. The four-wheel drive switches on these are known for kind of going bad, and he said it won't go into 4 low, and every now and then it gets a service four-wheel drive system code that'll come up on there. It doesn't have a check engine light right now, which is surprising with the exhaust, so let me let y'all hear that. This truck's got true dual, no cats, with an X pipe going to little short, like 12-inch cherry bomb glass packs. Very happy with this exhaust setup. It's pretty cheap, but sounds good. And we'll take you for a little cruise, let you hear how it sounds. Alright, so here's an idea of what it sounds like with all the windows up, just kind of casually cruising. It's not too much drone in the cab. Now he does have the turn downs before the back axle, so it's a little bit more inside noise than if you had them coming out the back. But sounds pretty good to me. I like it. Now we'll crack the windows a little bit and let you really hear this thing. I'm pretty happy with how this sucker sounds. Let's see, one thing, the windows make that farting noise on the way down. But let's hear this thing. try to do like a similar rip without the windows down, just so you can hear what it sounds like in the cab. So yeah, it's not too crazy with the windows up, but you know, under the right RPMs, this thing freaking screams. I do like that it has the ability to scream, but it's kind of mild and just sounds healthy when it's idling or when you kind of just drive around like a grandpa. But you can get on this thing and it's straight up high school Carolina straight pipes. Like, it is super loud. These glass packs don't really quieten it down too much. See, I'm bouncing around a little bit. The thing does ride pretty good. He's got the stock keys cranked up, from what I understand. So it's nothing too crazy. It's not like, you know, forward keys or some other like lift keys that make it sit really high. And it's sitting pretty level. I'm pretty happy with it. Y'all let me know if you want me to go a little higher in the front, squat the thing, or drop the back, or, you know, maybe lift the whole thing up some. What do y'all want to see? I've kind of got in mind what I want to do, but I want to hear y'all's opinion on this truck. What should I do to it? Should I change the exhaust at all? Is it too loud? Should I get different tips? I thought about maybe making it come out the back at the corners, you know, dumping it like I had on my F-150 back in high school. To this thing. It does have its little quirks though, like I said. Got service full-wheel drive on the dash. Steering wheel's not exactly straight. That was a nice little bump there, wasn't too bad. This trim panel is all loose and floppy because it's been removed so many times and the clip is broke on it. But I mean, if I had had this when I was freaking 17, I would have been super stoked. And I'm even more excited about it now because I appreciate what this thing is. It's a cheap old truck that I can work on, have fun with, and make good content for y'all. So let me know what you want to see. I'm going to give y'all another little exhaust clip. Y'all got to help me come up with a name for this thing. I still haven't decided. Y'all gave me some good options on the last video. But let's hear this thing. I love this Carolina style, just freaking ruthless exhaust. This thing ain't fast by any means, but it sounds fast, and that's all that matters. And I don't think it really do well off-road because it rubs when you turn like no other, but at least it looks like it could with these trail grapplers. Oh yeah. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you like the new cat eye. And if you've seen the other video, you know what else I've got. So stay tuned for a video of everything that's wrong with that thing. In the future, I'm going to be fixing these things up. So make sure you don't miss anything. Turn on your post notifications. What's up, Grappa fans? It's really windy, and this is not going well. So I mentioned in my last video, dang it, dude, this wind.